Awkward silence.
There it is.
Because it says go live, but we're not live yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it comes. It sneaks up on you. That's why we do the intros and stuff. But it'll be eventually get something on this. Did you freeze up? You look happy though. You look excited to be here. How's it going, Veebs? Oh, Man in the Room V, it's an inside joke from the Unparalleled Universe Tuesday live streams. Griffin Build-A-Figure. Oh, that's a good choice. I didn't even think of that one. Wing or Lose, what's happening? Night of Ren.
You said we weren't live, so I just got the hell out. I was like, I don't have time for this waiting around.
We're not actually live, and I love the screen that it froze on. It's just you're blissfully happy. See, perfect frozen face.
I'm glad I can provide probably plenty of meme material with that.
Wait. Oh yeah, he looks like he just had a shot of tequila.
I may need one by the time we get through this today.
What? Yeah, because you're going to be sad about losing every round.
It's going to be a fight.
Oh yeah. Addendum. I made up a new rule for the thing. If during any round that your internet freezes, I automatically win.
Well, you already win every round then.
Boom!
Oh no! That reminded me. Hold on, let me.
Finner Armstrong. Did I see something earlier? Congratulations, graduating. How's it going, Adam?
Yeah. I kind of love this.
I cracked open the whole wave, did my review that's going up this week, doing the whole series at the same time. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. Okay, there's 3 or 4. How many are there? 7, 8, 4. There's 4 or 5 I love.
Yep.
There's 1 or 2 I don't care for. One won me over. 1 I don't care for. 1 I absolutely hate. That's a little sneak peek at my review.
I haven't opened all of mine yet because Benty and I are going to split them on the front page. And I'm going to lead with Arcade. So I've only opened him in Red Skull and Dormammu so far. But I love all 3 of them.
Yeah, Dormammu's awesome too. The black face thing, does yours kind of hang away from the...
Unless I have it perfectly on there.
Okay, so I messed up. I pinned it in at the bottom.
Earl knows what he's talking about.
See, he's such an ass kisser. Get out of here. Get out of here. You can't possibly hate Deathstrike. Oh, no. That's one of my loves. No.
Deathstrike looks great.
Here's a hint. It's a character that's wearing the hood. That's the one I don't hate. And I will probably like it a lot more once, and I guarantee somebody's going to make a lot of money on some kind of third-party cape and hood situation.
Yeah.
Because that's really what kills it for me, is just stand up. Stand.
See, I haven't opened that one yet because I don't know what I have to take pictures of yet.
Yeah.
But what's funny about Red Skull? I love how colorful he is.
Now, the green hands kind of throw me. It's just an oddball color that's sticking out at you, and the yellow kind of same situation, but I understand it,
The green hands are kind of weird, but I thought at first I was going to hate how, like, lollipop-ish his head was, but I actually kind of love it. All the Red Skulls they've done, they've put a lot of washes on and whatnot to make him look mean and more realistic, but I don't know. This one's great.
Yeah, I tried the Mezco head on it. It looks more like the old, where he's wearing a kind of a bigger Red Skull mask. It's a deeper red. It works, but I don't know. It's kind of this. It works the same as that head does. It's not an improvement. It's just a different look.
It's different. Yeah. You know what sucks about this is that I got my set and Pabs' set from Dorkside, no issue. But I've been reading Amazon's been canceling like crazy, and that sucks. I feel bad.
And there's and why as they're coming out,
Yeah. I don't know. Oh yeah. See, there's Kimberlin 84. I'm sorry, that sucks. But you got your Red Skull, but that's good at least.
Yeah, and Lady Deathstrike. I don't know. She's kind of the. I feel like she's going to get shit on a little bit because it seems to be part of Hasbro's moving the female characters into the right scale. You know what I mean? All the females so far forever have been tall, and we've gotten used to it. And that's just our, oh yeah, that's how Marvel Legends does. They're as tall as the guys.
Yeah.
They're moving that down a little bit, and I feel like people are gonna, unfortunately, not like Deathstrike because of it.
I don't know. My thing is that she probably still looks fine with Wolverine, so that's
hell yeah. No, she's the correct size.
Yeah.
She just looks odd next to other female figures.
Gotcha. All those 7-foot women, yeah?
Yeah, 6'5" and stuff. She's listed as 5'9" in the handbook, I think, is what, and she measures right under 6 inches.
Well, I'd say they got it right.
Yeah. I'm good. It's kind of clean. It almost feels like this wave was, you can tell it was done during this whole stay-at-home thing. Like there were some things kind of done digitally that didn't translate as well. Dormammu's head, a little bit, should have had more yellow from the original pictures.
Yeah. But overall, it's a pretty bright wave, which I kind of like.
You're gonna have to set up an LED behind Dormammu's head. That'd be an awesome display.
Oh, I'm sure there are more. There are smarter people than me that'll be able to set it up so it fits in there.
Yeah, I have no clue because his head really comes down around the neck. Most of the movement is the bottom of the neck.
Yeah. Oh, I've got my laser pointer and Dormammu over here. I need to shine that into the back of his head.
It looks sweet. I just threw the phone behind mine. It actually turns it a bit yellow if you're using a bright white light. Sunday Crew. Uh-oh. Is it shining through?
It's too light in here right now, but yeah, it is. But I would have to turn off the.
There you go. I freeze framed it for you so everybody could see. What?
It's I may have to take a couple of pictures like that with the lighting correct so that you can see it.
Yeah, it works. It does. Let me see your the black face crown thing on yours.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I screwballed mine all through the review. It's kind of hanging forward.
It's where it goes in, you've got to pop it up and then kind of push it so that the front of it goes against his chin and the rest of it lays back, I think.
Okay, I may have to reshoot that. Or at least try mine and see what happens, and then...
Yeah, I'm with you though. I get why they only did the contact point really under here. So if you don't want to display it with it, you're not going to see the keys on the side of the head, but it almost needs it.
Because I noticed when I push back, it kind of fits into the flame effect. And I couldn't get it to stay there though. Will an Astro Blaster gain your favor, Uncle Robo? The second one. Well, not now. You started off good.
Got silenced.
Mad Thinker would be cool.
Yeah.
Kenobi. You're switching between Twitch and Facebook or YouTube again. Facebook.
Hello there.
Oh yeah, I knew you'd have an Obi-Wan within reach.
Oh, of course.
Oh, and yeah, I couldn't help but make a kind of a phallus joke with the hood's projectiles.
I saw that.
Yeah. But the way they connect to the gun is fantastic because it makes that projectile piece kind of float.
On one hand, I'm with you about the joke part of it. On the other hand, I don't want to make a joke about it because I want to encourage more new effects pieces.
Fwoosh Castro Blaster. That may be a thing. I need to write that down. Why am I reaching for a pen? I have a whole plethora of technology before me in which to type it. Yeah, that's going on the notepad. Fwoosh Castro Blaster. Fwoosh, and the weird thing about Hood's guns, they're just straight up guns, you know, after seeing so many Nerf things and made up weapons to go with people, his guns are just pistols.
Well, and they're like right there in the packaging too. It's like right next to him, prominently displayed. So I'm with you.
Next time you freeze, you should. Don't you? Oh, I don't want to get demonetized. Oh yeah, new Blob, and someone mentioned a new Annihilus. I forget that the older figures, you know, go up in price when they're good.
Not only that, but the longer I have Annihilus, the more I hate it. So yeah.
Well, it is kind of lanky, and the wings really throw off the balance. That's why I pin them to the wall by the wings, kind of butterfly style.
Yeah, that's a good idea because mine takes up a lot of space on that shelf, which I need to rearrange the marble stuff anyway. So
yeah, the Hood can work as a normal civilian, constantly angry and yelling.
Angry fanboy. I mean, that's their joke, right?
Well, I tried the unmasked Madrox head on it. It does fit. Skin tones are a little bit off, but when you put the hood on, it looks okay. Thank you, Ron.
Yeah.
Wrecking Crew box set would be nice in proper size.
Yeah. And just not bad base bodies.
Yeah. Oh man, I just found both my Marvel Select and my Build-A-Figure Brood the other day, and I was like, man, these are awesome.
I've got one of the Build-A-Figure and two of the Selects. Yeah, they're still on the shelf.
Yeah, it's like the Queen and then some drones flying around.
Yeah.
At one point when I had the Marvel display was the majority of the room, I'd have the Brood poking out in places, like hanging under the shelf. And yeah, it was awesome. It's gone now.
Hey, display name got it right. Yep. Diablo. I agree with that.
This is a tomb of crap. I'm sick of it.
Tuma is a rad looking villain, man.
Yeah, we're gonna get into the whole our picks and stuff and the votes, and we're gonna let people trickle in and stuff, and then
we're gonna fight.
And then we're gonna fight because it's probably not gonna take 2 hours. We're gonna get to, and then if we wait until an hour in and give ourselves an hour, we'll get to round 3 at the end of that first hour, just because.
Exactly.
That's how it usually goes.
Oh, and I don't know. I kind of took a different run with my picks this time, so we'll get into it. But I just I went off the cliff a little bit, I think.
We have seen each other's list because doing it this way, the first time we did this, we didn't know each other's picks.
Yeah,
we had a list, and if somebody stepped on the other guy's toe, we'd shift. We'd compensate. But this time, being live and needing pictures and stuff, I sent him. Oh, we came up with our lists, and we didn't do any kind of, well, okay, since you picked that one.
I did sub one out because you actually did pick one that I was going to have on mine, but I'll save that as a surprise when we get to it.
And see, when it comes to that, we usually play it as if that one loses, we can sub in later in the game.
Yeah.
Let's take this to pay-per-view.
Yeah, we need to call the cons, right? They've got all kinds of business ventures and whatnot now. So this week, yeah, absolutely. Pay-per-view and once a week on TNT. Let's do it.
TNT just got NHL. You got to take it to TBS. That's where they're moving all the real sports.
And oh wait,
Monstar is stupid big. I still haven't had a chance to watch the whole thing yet.
You know, I think it got out some good information. I can't wait to see how big Monstar is going to be, which is cool. I'm excited for Silverhawks, you know, to come out. So, and have you watched that? Well, today's actually, I think it's International Turtle Day. Did you watch the TMNT Ultimate Series 5 update from Kyle?
Yeah. And he's getting better with the Ultimate. Yeah.
We need to talk to his editor and be like, hey, come on, you gotta bring that out a little bit more.
You gotta resonate a little bit.
Yeah, but it was cool to see how big Leatherhead is going to be, and the colors on Ray Fillet are going to pop. That's looking great, and those are that was a really well done video, and exactly what they need to have more of, I think.
Yeah, it shows pretty much everything that's going on with the figures, and most of all the size. You can't get an idea of the size from the original promotional images.
Yeah. Because it's two ways, right? It's like the pictures are cool, but it's not like seeing them in like a still life real setting. So you get to see them in relation to each other, but then also, you know, when someone's actually handling them, it gives you more of that tactile feel of, you know, just how big they're going to be.
Yeah. Oh, it's in a dude's hand.
Yeah.
That new Spawn Wave's cool. We knew most of it was coming. We've seen the prototypes for Violator, and I guess the only one we hadn't seen was, well, had we seen Raven? I don't know, but Clown was the big reveal, I guess, right? I don't know. I'm down. That's one of those things that I avoided for years in Toys R Us. You know, you'd walk past that end cap and see them, and you're like, oh, that's interesting. That's cool. Yeah, there's that. That's that. Marvel Legends over here. You know, the Lord of the Rings is over here.
Yeah.
I'm looking. This is the way to go back and have a line that's actually articulated that fits all together. And that Violator looks insane.
So, I'm going to admit, I do not own a Spawn, and I have never owned a Spawn action figure ever in my life. And I don't know why.
Just because?
I've never really gotten into the comics or anything like that. And it's just something that it never blipped on my radar or anything like that. So it's weird. I mean, and especially now with all the stuff that they're doing, it's like, now's the time, but it's just never, I've got too much stuff as it is type of thing.
Plus, it looks like to get a standard Spawn, you got to go back and get the Mortal Kombat one. So you still have to kind of dig, but I do like that it's become a thing.
Yeah.
It's come back around.
Yeah.
I want Sewer Surfing Mikey Wave 6.
That'd be a good pick. That would be a very, I mean, especially seeing the colors from the video that they just did with the Series 5 stuff. The colors on Sewer Surfing Michelangelo would be like under blacklight, and it would make you go blind. They would be so bright and colorful, I think.
Yeah, but we're really rooting for Undercover Donnie, right?
Oh, hell yeah. but you know, I will tell you this. This would be something new and different. After seeing that Leo figure, they did all the turtles eventually in the vintage line as Undercover. So I would be all about getting the other three like that, but I'd actually really be cool with getting all the other three turtles in a samurai getup that was kind of, you know, painted to their colors and, you know, unique or whatnot, to have all of them that way. I think that would be cool.
Well, Leo's not really blue.
Not too much
in samurai armor. I do like the black mask though. That's kind of cool.
That's really cool. Kudos to Cal for that one, for sure.
I heard them talking, or I've seen discussion that PandaCon is some rumored to be in an animated show, kind of the same situation as Usagi.
Yeah, but I think that's one of those things that PandaCon was kind of announced in a big list of things that studio or something is working on, and it hasn't really moved a whole lot since then. So I mean, you never know. Stuff gets up and dies in development hell, but I don't know if that could still be something that, you know, could be a complication to getting a figure like that done at least soon, because I think, just in case people weren't clear, you know, when Brian was talking about that, Usagi's not off the table. He's not off the table at all. It's just that they've got to go through the channels of what are they going to do with a show that may be happening and get that all figured out and then get to this line. So I think it's probably moved from a likely, you know, what I would have considered a likely 2021 figure to maybe like 2023 or something like that instead. So I know that's a while out, but you know, it's not a never.
Display both heads. Man, I don't know, at that price, it's like, oh well, I'll just flip it every now and then, and I'm not even getting the Samurai Leo
because I too, as it is.
It's just that I have no attachment to that. There's no nostalgia behind that figure.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and I get it. But you know, it was interesting to hear him say that they were going to do, you know, a turtle in every series, because at first I didn't think that was probably going to be the case. But you know, I think that's cool. I don't know how they're gonna. It makes sense for these first. What I'm going to assume the first 4 variants to be the first ones to come to this line. I mean, they did it in reaction too, but I'd be interested to see which weird corner they go to next, because I'd love them to do the music turtles after that.
You never know. But it makes sense to have an anchor. You know, it's the line. You got to have a character from the name of the line,
right?
Like, and that's what they did it worked for Playmates. It should work here. Oh yeah, did you see this? Jean Grey went up for pre-order. You may have been in your car when that happened.
Well, I saw it actually right before we got started on here, and even though it's weird, even though I don't like that costume, I ordered it.
I know. I don't know what it is about that damn Jim Lee team. Before Marvel Legends started that team, I would have told you. Well, you know, I told you many a time.
I'm the same way.
Yeah, much rather have Outback, Astonishing, or you know, any other version of the team. That's just not my team. But once you get that whole team together and all the colors and the characters, and it does look good. Even that ugly ass Jean Grey costume.
Well, and it's funny because I find myself assembling that team from Metacom as well, because I mean the Hasbro Jean in that costume is wonderful. It's fantastic. And it's like, why do I need this? But I do need it. Oh, and wait a minute. Alonso Andara, yes. Colossus next, please. I agree with that completely. 100%. That's who should be next.
I think they're waiting for the different body types, because after having, well, he's not as big as I would like Beast, but the Dark Knight Returns Batman has some thickness to him. So I'm confident they can do it, but they seem to be running through the standard body styles first. And if Jean is as good as Catwoman, ooh, Catwoman's good.
Catwoman, I think, is supposed to be here today for me on Sunday. Yeah.
Yeah, she has full-on dumbbell joints in the shoulders and bicep swivels. Yeah.
That's cool.
We're waiting for all 4 of what to do?
Maybe the Turtles?
No. I don't review a lot of Turtles. Star Wars, maybe? Hey. I know. I'm not saying, hey, don't be an idiot and buy that Jean Grey or like it or anything. That's just, it's not my cup of tea, because your childhood was my getting out of high school and having to go get a job and not have a TV and homeless half the time. And, you know, it's just that I didn't read a lot.
When she was wearing it.
I wasn't attached. I wasn't reading or watching a lot then. Ooh, a Mayfix Nightcrawler would be great, but he wasn't. Was he Jim Lee team? He wasn't, was he? Oh, but I did pull down the Marvel Legends to do some comparisons last night with Arcade, and I forget how fantastic that figure is.
Which one? The
Marvel Legends Nightcrawler.
Yeah. Yeah. He's cool.
He's so lithe. He's so appropriate for that character.
You know what's funny about that is that Nightcrawler was one of those old Toy Biz figures that everybody was like, "Oh no, I'm good with," and I'm like, "I'm telling you, you're really not, because they're going to be a lot better." And now suddenly, it is, and it's like it's no comparison. It doesn't have the Jay Leno chin or any of that going on with it either. So,
oh man, if they flip over and do an Alan Davis Excalibur,
that doesn't seem like their style, but that would be awesome.
Yeah, I think they're going to stick with the Jim Lee X-Men team, flipping between that and Spider-Man stuff for years.
Yeah. Oh, PowerCon. Yeah. Yesterday wasn't a good day for a lot of people, I think.
Oh wait, Nightcrawler was still Excalibur during Jim Lee X-Men? Because I know he's Excalibur during Outback, right? Because they thought the whole team was dead, and it was Kitty and Kurt took off to England. And I guess Rachel. Yes, the dark times, the fun times, but yeah, dark times.
Yeah, I saw somebody mention PowerCon too yesterday. The PowerCon Motu Origins exclusives went on sale for non-attendees, and it did not go well.
Well, it seems like all kinds of exclusives lately have not been going well.
Yeah.
I mean, I was recording until 2:30 in the morning, which just happened to be when the Star Wars stuff went up on Target. I picked up my phone and it was like there was a message, somebody telling me it was on there. Now, yesterday morning, I went to Target, nothing. And I don't bug the employees or anything. I don't ask because they're avoiding me. I'm avoiding them. We have an understanding. I'm going to come in, look at your toys. Let's not interact. But I went out to dinner with my sister and brother-in-law last night and figured, you know what? I'll go hit Target again. And I found Obi-Wan, Anakin, and Echo. So I only had to order Hawk in the middle of the night, and it's already shipped.
That's cool.
So I was lucky, but all that stuff's selling out before people even get out of bed.
Yeah, I was able to, because I didn't see your message till I woke up this morning, and so I was able to only get on for local pickup. And originally, I was able to get Obi-Wan, Anakin, and Echo for pickup, and so I was like, what the hell? I'll do it. But by the time they were getting it all ready and whatnot, they canceled Echo. So Obi-Wan and Anakin were the only two that I was able to get right away.
I'm too down. I need Anakin and Hawk. And Hawk wasn't high, and it was weird. Hawk wasn't high on my list, I'm not familiar with that costume, not making it that far into Clone Wars yet. But hey, if it popped up for order, I ordered it.
Yeah. And Hawk, it's weird. It seems like that's the one that has been disappearing the fastest, at least anecdotally, that I've seen.
Well, I think a lot of shipments are either getting, each Target's getting a different, because I guess I think they come straight cased per character. And some Targets are getting some cases, all cases, no cases, only one case. I don't know.
Well, that's strange, because the store that I picked them up from was a little bit further out than my local store, and it said that Hawk is not for sale at this store, and I was like, what? But that makes sense now. Yeah,
because when I found them last night, the Obi-Wan, the tray was smashed.
Mm-hmm.
So I figured, I know why he got left behind. And then looking at the others, they were kind of crinkled or something, so they weren't minty fresh, which is fine with me. Hey, give me toys. But when they popped up online last night, it said I could order those for pickup, those same three.
Yeah.
So I guess they still had some in the back.
Well, Obi-Wan would be the only one that I would really want doubles of, obviously, because I would pick him to be the one to commemorate the packaging and leave one carded. So I didn't feel bad about grabbing another one because, General Kenobi.
Kenobi.
I was really interested to see if the head was the same as the Walgreens one, and it is. It's just the deco is very different on it, though.
Thankfully, that packaging holds no nostalgia for me whatsoever.
It doesn't for me either. But I do, even though it's a little meta, they're kind of like coming around on themselves a little early, I think, for like nostalgia packaging.
Yeah.
I like it. It's cool that they did it that way.
I think it was just a way to get Clone Wars figures out there since that's hot again.
Yeah. Now get me Snips.
I found Echo last night, and this morning the orders were up on Target, mostly sold out. Hey,
that's good.
At this point, you find it. It's a big yay. Yay.
Yeah, I mean, my wife kind of rolled my eyes at me because she was like, we're going to drive all the way over there to pick up something that you're probably, and I was like, I know, but I was just able to do it, and I'm never able to do it, so I just did it.
I forget how far away that Target is. Which one is that?
It took about 35, 40 minutes to get over there, so it wasn't a big deal, but it was still like, yeah, we're going to drive all the way over there for that.
Yeah. Which is weird to me. Growing up where I've grown up, and I know big cities are big, but it's still kind of a culture shock to me whenever somebody says, oh, I had to drive across town. It took 35, 40 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can hit 5 Walmarts in 45 minutes.
Yeah, I was going to say it's probably the Target was maybe 20 miles away, but it takes a minute.
What's happening, Papa Gord?
The Canadian Santa Claus. I like that, eh?
My girlfriend's mom called my toys strange men.
You know, when I was in college, I had a relatively small collection. It was like World of Simpsons stuff, some Marvel Legends, whatnot, and I had a group project, which sucks, but in my group was a couple of girls who were from Ireland that came. And so I was like, okay, we can come over to there were 4 of us. We can come over to my apartment and we can, work on this stuff. And when I got there, one of them was like looking all around. She was totally into it. She's like, do you collect all these wee men? So talk about, that's my thing that I go to. Is like, we have many of these wee men about the basement.
I like wee men.
Yeah.
Treebeard, what's going on?
Right, Treebeard.
Yeah, and that hits that sweet spot for you,
Yeah.
For me,
I don't think I ever owned an original Clone Wars figure because I don't collect that scale.
yeah, and that's during that time what was that DC Universe was
yeah.
hardcore going on.
Yeah, and Masters.
We don't talk about Masters.
I was fortunate enough that it was like yesterday the PowerCon site. Like I did a refresh a couple of times and I was like, this site is dead. It's toast. I jumped over to Big Bad. It was right there at order time and got through there. No problem.
Had to pay a little bit more though, but
yeah. But I heard the shipping from the PowerCon site was really, really high. So it was almost a wash.
Yeah.
No, paint apps, not wee men. WEE is in small.
Weed men. It was college,
yeah. That's true. Maybe I misunderstood her. Maybe it was weed. I had Jay and Silent Bob back then, I think.
Oh, my mouse just died. What's up with that? There we go. Okay. How about wee men?
That's like a whole other thing with like giant heads and little round hands and
used to be covered in toys. Coworker's mom was around and saw my desk and she said, how does he work with all that shit? Which makes sense. I mean, sometimes I look around and it's like, get out of the way.
I try to limit stuff on my actual desk because I fidget with them too much. It's like if I've got a figure on my desk and I'm like in a meeting or something, and then all of a sudden, well, what do you think about that? I was like, oh, what?
I've been thinking about articulation for the past 45 minutes.
What do I think about the Red Skull? He's a bad dude.
You know what? I say this too. I have one target. I have one of the very few Targets that is in the state of Arkansas. Thank you, Walmart. But it's terrible. You know, I go there and 90% of the time I walk out with nothing, unless it's wrestling figures for you. Or a turtle figure or for you or something. You know, it's usually my Target's pretty good for wrestling figures.
Yeah, you definitely have good luck with those. But you know, my thing about Target is that I am constantly frustrated by TMNT at Target, and it's because I can't get a line on it and pinpoint where something is, because then even going to the second closest Target to me, it's like, I'm not going to do that because it's going to be an hour and a half of likely wasted time because I don't even know if I have a shot at something. So, yeah.
It's just weird. Me running across the frogs the other day was odd. Yeah. But then I say that, and then I run across the Star Wars figures at 8:30 in the evening. So
that's crazy.
It's just one of those things.
I was at my local Target the day before yesterday, and I saw my second ever NECA TMNT set in person, because I'd only ever seen in person at my Target the Splinter and back.
He was going to say, "Hey, Bankster." That's what he was saying. See, 10 Targets. I can't even imagine that. But like I said, I have 5 Walmarts in 45-minute range. And that's going in each one. Now, when you say TMNT set, which set are you talking about?
The second one that I saw was Zarax and Zork. I've only ever seen Splinter and Baxter up in person at my Target up until this one, but I saw them the other day.
Mine seems to be holding on to one Triceraton pack, the command of the Zarax and Zork or whatever, and then one of the Triceraton with Rodney.
Really?
Yeah. I think that's the other one that's sitting there.
You know, you sent that picture of the frog set the other day, and I was like, I'm not going down this rabbit hole because I'll never do it. But I've seen a couple of people do some customs of those frogs, and like, you remember how you did some of those snake men for me and like the different kinds of snake? Like, I've seen a poison arrow frog paint deco and all kinds of different things on.
Those damn snake men. I still have a couple of snake men I need to do. Huh? Yeah, that's going to be a lifelong endeavor. Every now and then I'm going to show up with one. You're going to be so surprised and happy just because it actually got done. My local Target had like 10 frog packs. Mine was just one set sitting there. San Diego seems like a collecting top town. Or I don't know. That's the way I've always. It seems like I see a lot of people saying home base San Diego, Southern California.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, you're falling out. I automatically already win round 1.
Yeah, there you go. Well, somebody already said on that one, and you.
Round 2. Target looking for blood. Yeah, and that's the way it always is, isn't it? Oh, I don't need these, and then you find it.
Yeah,
because I don't need the frog guys.
They're awesome though.
He submits. Yep, Robo 2-0.
Yeah, I think that's probably how this one's going to go, just based off of the kind of weird choices I have this time anyway. So
this one, well, I don't know. I was going through the first round. In fact, let's go through the first round. Let's kind of kick off. Because how we're going to do it, we're going to bring 2 of the winners from the last time we played this game into this one and automatically call them spot 6 and 7, since we're going for a 7-figure wave.
It's probably going to be a 7-way, but we want to keep it at a 5.
Yeah, fight. Because it's an F and it goes with the whole theme. 5 face off. But we're going to do that. We're going to carry over 2 of the winners from last time. So that leaves us with round 1 is a second chance for our losers from the last time we played this. And I started looking, and most of my picks were made, whether I won or lost.
I think to fit the condition that the one that I had to pick was the one that I had to pick, if I remember correctly. I don't know.
yeah, and that's the way it is. Either we're carrying it over, or the figures got made, and it's not like we nailed the whole list or anything. I think there's only like 3 or 4 that got made. But at the same time, when you're picking a major supervillain wave, you're just throwing darts at and if something sticks, when you pick a name like Red Skull or Lady Deathstrike, it has a pretty good chance of actually getting made.
Well, and that's why I don't know why I like put handcuffs on myself this time, but I limited the scope of my choices this time for this one, because I what I essentially did was, because Spider-Man, X-Men, and Fantastic Four are known to have, at least occasional themed waves. I didn't pick any this time from either one of any of those places.
I went ahead and added. I didn't think about it like that. Did I add a Spider-Man? Yeah, actually, I added a Spider-Man. I just went for it, kind of, but at the same time, characters that I didn't think would fit into like this. Who just said something? Shuma Gorath. Hinted to be in the next Doctor Strange movie, so I don't really want to throw something like that, because I did consider that as a Build-A-Figure. Yeah, but with that name popping around a little bit, I thought, nah.
Well, and I did that to myself because too, I probably would have
like lose to Robo constantly because his picks are so much better. And that's what I'm saying right now. I'm sorry, Robo. Yep, I concede the whole contest and you win the whole thing. Well, that's awful gracious of you. Oh, yep. Oh, I like that.
Well, I probably would have picked all Fantastic Four villains again, lost again anyway. So I'm like giving people a break from that this time.
Yeah, and I had Mandarin in last time, but with the Shang-Chi wave and Mandarin and maybe the 10 Rings thing sticks around, I have a feeling that he may pop up somewhere else.
Yeah, that's kind of spoiler. I was going to pick Man-Wolf on there, but I was like, man, with the Spider-Man waves and whatnot, he's got to be one of the last few holdouts that's going to hopefully become likely.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is going to be a weird list, because 1 is the carryovers, 2, 3, and 4 are just picks that we're confident in. Wave 5 is the Z list. That's where we're going to deep dive, and just something we've always wanted, but figure is never going to get an action figure.
But I got to tell you, I do like the Build-A-Figure matchup. So
yeah. And I picked Mojo the first time around, but when we discussed it, that does make a lot more sense for an X-Men wave, because we do need a bigger, better Mojo.
And I'm the same with Dragon Man.
Yeah.
Right. So that's Fantastic Four.
So going through the first, and I have to cover up my screen so I don't see anything yet. For the first time we did this, we had round 1 was Psycho Man versus Mandarin. Psycho Man won.
Good matchup.
Yeah. Round 2, we had Ultron versus Toad. Toad won, but Ultron got made. Ultron was my pick.
Yeah.
I just wanted to point that out.
Yeah, and Toad I've divorced myself from, because I think it's just dereliction if he doesn't come at this point, right? So
yeah. Round 3 for you was Lady Deathstrike. I was Red Skull. Red Skull won, but we both came out winners in that round, because I came out in this wave. Round 4, I had Wizard. You had Atuma. You had Atuma, and Atuma won that begrudgingly. And then for round 5, your Dr. Bong versus my UFO's Vector. And Vector won, but we swapped it with Wizard because it was just a stronger pick. And again, you won with Atuma. And then for the Build-A-Figure round, I had Mojo, you had Dragon Man, and we've talked about that.
Yeah, not going to do a repeat of that round again.
But then the actual wave came out, and hold on, this is going to be kind of clunky because I have all these windows open to try to look at, and I just crashed my machine.
It's not a Tuma. It is a Tuma.
I think that won simply because it was blue. Wasn't that our big determining factor?
He's like exactly Fwoosh blue.
A Tuma is Fwoosh blue. Yeah, I figured that. So yeah, Robo 4 Veebs 0. But the actual wave came out, and it's God Doom and Dormammu, the Hood, Red Skull, AIM Scientist Supreme, Marvel's Arcade, Lady Deathstrike. Everybody knows this. And then another of our picks was Ultron, and that's coming in the Ursa Major wave.
Yeah.
Which also kind of killed one of my other Build-A-Figure once.
Yeah.
Was Ursa Major, which opens up Grizzly a little bit more, but
yeah.
So that leaves us with the start of this one.
Dun, dun, dun,
dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun. And we're going to do the carryovers. Yeah. So this is already slotted. They're already in the wave. We're not going to debate about this.
They're getting made.
Yeah, they are getting made. Dan, if you're listening, this is what's happening. So the carryovers. Your carryover is what?
Take a guess. I dare you.
What we're just talking about.
A Tuma is the carryover for me.
Yep.
How could you not want him? He looks awesome.
I had that problem last night with the Scientist Supreme data stick pad thing.
Yeah.
In the Cosmic Cube. But yeah, modern or classic? Because I've run across a couple of designs that look a little bit more interesting, but you want to go straight up.
I mean, I would go with the classic, obviously, but I would be cool if they made the dark blue, costume pieces of the classic in kind of like that swirly, iridescent, almost plastic, and the same thing with like the yellow parts. If they went and did that gold, I would be cool with that too. But yeah, I mean, I default with that the handbook style for just about everybody.
Yeah. And the more I look at it, we don't really have a lot of Namer villains.
Namer.
So Namer. So it's not like I'm against a Tuma.
Yeah.
I just
don't know why I keep bringing him up.
So
I've gone back and looked. He has been on my list since the Toy Biz days, though, so I can't abandon him now.
Right. So him winning here means I don't have to go, I don't want a Tuma to take a spot.
Yeah, exactly.
Because my carryover is going to be the Wizard.
Hell yeah.
And the picture's not to scale. There we go. It's just a simple, it seems like it would be some simple reuse, maybe a Spider-Man body or something, or Nightcrawler.
Yeah.
With some fixed on the thing, the disc, the head is the new part.
Yeah, I consider myself the winner of these first two rounds because I want both of these very badly. So
yeah, and that's kind of why they carried over. They seem like they fit almost the theme of the first wave. That was just good classic major villains.
Yeah.
Well, some not so classic, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
When you think super villains and somebody did a pinup or a 2-page spread, they would be within that art.
Yep. I agree.
And there's even, there's that another classic look, but there's also this modern type look that is interesting, but not quite as Wizard.
Yeah, that I don't know. If you showed that to me out of nowhere, I don't know if I would be able to say that was Wizard.
Yeah, there's the purple and there's kind of some skull, but
this
is what we're going for right here.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize those would be sculpted lines. That's okay. That's okay. We'd figure something out. We'd fit it in the budget.
Ooh. Hey, listen, all we do is pick the waves. Dwight's got to figure out how to get it done, right?
Yeah. That's what product managers are for and such. You know,
Paste Pot Pete, hell yeah! You can't have Wizard without him, right?
Well, plus with them giving us a new baggy jumpsuit body,
Yeah,
some Paste Pot Pete, some original Fixer with the chest gear and stuff, just overlays. Yeah. There's so much that can be done with that new body, I think.
Hell yeah.
He was on the Hulk cartoon, wasn't he? The leader? Or Wizard? I went straight to leader.
I mean, he was in the Fantastic Four cartoon.
Yeah, I haven't watched a lot of the Hulk cartoon in a while. I remember watching it back then. Always on the road. Where are you going? Kenobi.
He's motoring across the
and he came right back. But we are toy hunting. Yeah. Don't live stream and drive. Oh, and I forgot to use this. Carryovers.
Oh, dang.
I got all fancy and stuff. But okay, for wave one, what we're gonna do, we're gonna throw out our picks, and then because of the delay from us actually seeing your comments or us catching up to you or however this works, we're just gonna throw out our 2 picks and then we're gonna yak about them for a little bit and let y'all vote, I guess. But it's nothing scientific. It's not like I can count what's going on in the chat. So
we're gonna really go with like the argument coupled with the feel in the room, right?
Yeah. So I mean, it's a vote type situation, and if I were smart, I would have set up some kind of like Twitter poll or something. But that would have already gave the picks out. So
we'll get better because we're gonna do more of these if you guys like it. So we'll get better at being able to run them as we go along.
Yeah. So where's that leave us? That leaves us at round 1, which is the second chance characters from the losers of the first time we did this.
Yes.
And let's see who's going first. Who do I have listed? Round 1, second chance. Oh, I go first.
You're going first.
Sweet. So
let's hit it.
For my first pick, I am going to go, which again, you could probably guess from what we talked about from the first time we did this. I am going with UFO's Vector. It's just an interesting design.
It's a really cool design. I love the look. And actually, this pick actually kind of inspired a pick of mine later on a little bit. Because I do like it so much, and I knew that this one's going to lose, so we might as well get one with a cool design that's going to win later on, right?
Damn it. Okay, so before we get too far into me talking you into Vector, who's your pick?
It is absolutely 100% Dr. Bomb. I mean, how can it not be?
I thought you were going to just say it, and I tried to time it with you actually saying it, and it didn't work. I jumped the gun. I forgot you were going to intro him.
He should not have lost the first time, so this is his chance to come back and win.
Yeah, well, yeah, but against this guy, I don't know. I don't know if there's a chance.
Look, Dr. Bong wins hard. Yes, correct. He does win hard.
I don't know. This Dr. Bong would be a larger body. He needs a new belt. He needs a new hand. I mean, how hard would it be to sculpt that striker left hand? I mean, that's a lot of sculpt going on right there. and then a cape and that intensely intense bell up on top with the
I'm sure that swirly plastic costs more money to use too. So
that they just use on the AIM Scientist Supreme. But this is just a base body with a paint job on it.
Yeah, but you blow the whole budget on that deco. 100%.
That is a lot of deco. And what I'm afraid of with this character is that when you bend it into positions, all the lines break.
Everything gets messed up. Yeah.
I mean, but at the same time, I just love the concept of this. It feels like somebody was thinking of Vector. How am I going to design this? And he leans back and he rubs his eyes until all those geometric shapes and waves and stuff starts coming out. And he's like, I've got it. and then threw it onto the figure. That's how I think of Vector.
But really, Dr. Bong has a bell for a head, so he wins.
Oh, damn it. I just went through a very intense situation. Now, there's also different designs. There's a more modern look that's a little bit cleaner. I don't think it's as interesting. You know?
You know, I want the UFOs, but it's almost like, couldn't we get some retailer to pick those up as a box set?
That's true, but are they obscure when it comes to it? I feel like there needs to be a Hulk resurgence in media somewhere before we can get this team, because Hulk villains seem to be really few and far between in action figure form, you know? So I don't know. When it comes to Vector, or when it comes to UFOs, I feel like Vector and X-Ray both would be interesting figures, because X-Ray, I guess, could be the living lasers situation, translucent pink, you know, with some deco. But Vapor would probably be a cannonball thing.
Yeah. Well,
but you make a good case for
Dr. Bong's one of those figures, though. It's that you know, you could point to Vector and on the shelf and say, you know what, that's a really cool looking figure. But with Dr. Bong, it's like, holy shit, they made Dr. Bong.
That's true. And I like this look right here where the face is kind of sculpted into it, like an opening. I always think of Dr. Bong as his face just kind of painted on, or, you know, just there on the bell. But is it an actual armor type thing? I guess it is.
Yeah. I would want some sculpted textural, not just like a Tampo print face on the bell, right?
Yeah. I'd want something. In fact, I really like the look of this. I've also found pictures where he was in like a green costume.
Mm-hmm.
So there's variants to be had out there.
Holy shit! Yes.
You know, for Howard the Duck, the movie too, coming back around.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not on Twitch though. Well, I'm streaming to Twitch and YouTube, but I'm in the stream yard interface. Yeah, I do kind of admit defeat. As much as I want the UFOs, there's a good argument to be made that it could be a box set somewhere.
I'll tell you this. I think the UFOs together in a set would be much more like impactful. Like to see them all together like that in a set. I'd be like, holy shit, that is a badass set, and I would vote for that and take that all day long. But just one up against Dr. Bong, it's Dr. Bong.
Yeah, Vector, and this is kind of what happened last time too. I know Vector did win, huh?
Yeah,
but that was just you. The majority seems to be going for Dr. Bong, you know. Chase variant Dr. Bong.
You've got to be for the people.
So Dr. Bong wins. Yeah, I will admit, I have nothing against Dr. Bong. He's not high on my list. It's kind of like a Tuma. It's one of those looks that I know, but was never into.
Well, he needs to get made so I can like take him out of my constant slot that he kind of occupies. D-Century in there now instead after that.
Did you just say Turner D-Century and you froze a little bit? Now you're kicking hard. Dr. Bong Disney Plus series. Because I do remember him showing up in Deadpool as his psychiatrist or something. So yeah, okay, round one goes to Dr. Bong. Is everybody happy with that? Well, it seems like everybody's happy with that. Dr. Bong was my name in college. At least both of these go. Oh, you shut up.
Yeah, what do you know?
Yeah, guess what? Because when it comes with the awesome Build-A-Figure, you have to buy it either way.
That's right.
Still like Vector big. Okay, there's a vote for Vector, but I don't think we're going to win this one, bud.
That's all right. It's good. It's good to have loyal friends, though.
And that's what. But I won't say no to Dr. Bong. Really, there's no losers here. I mean, it's a supervillain wave. So, I mean, even your picks, I'm kind of like, oh yeah, I forgot. I didn't choose that one.
Yeah.
So round one goes to Dr. Bong. Am I gonna have to write this down?
Well, you know, at least this way you don't have to pull him back into a loser cycle when we come back and do a villains thing like this again at some point.
Right. Well, no, I mean, we can still pull the winners in for the next one, right?
Well, that's true, but you don't have to argue about it.
That is too. Oh, yeah. It's just automatic go through. Because I'm a lot better with Atuma this time around, not having to argue against them.
You've been beaten down, and it's like, this just isn't worth it anymore.
And I'm to the point where, well, it's like my kids constantly asking to go stop somewhere, you know? I finally give up, let them have it. That's how I feel about your Atuma choice.
The annoying.
And annoying as Veebs keeps coming up with this Atuma thing. Okay, Dr. Bong wins round 1. He doesn't use the Force. I'm letting him have this one. So he'll be happy about losing the rest of the game. And I can say this because he's frozen. Dr. Bong in MODOK Season 2. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. I need to watch that. I've been hearing mixed things, but
I haven't gotten to watch MODOK yet because the time didn't fit with this weekend, but I'm stoked to watch it.
You didn't spend all those years in middle school to be called Mr. Bong.
That's damn right.
Is that Dr. Scholes? Is that Hedberg? Okay. Not quite flawless, but yeah, it was a good run. I knew going in with Vector would be there. Yeah, you know. So round 2. Round two. You go first, but let me set this up real quick because.
Well, I'll lead it with saying this is my only pick from this one that's kind of like this was more of a gimme of a choice, and I didn't do that with any of the rest of them. So if this one feels obvious, but I'm kind of sick of like being like, really, we still don't have them. So my pick for round 2 is Mephisto.
Boom! Yeah, I nailed that.
Yeah. And like another choice that I have later on, he may push the bounds of a single carded figure, maybe because of size, maybe. But it's just when I think about the major Marvel villains that are like, you know, the top dogs, it's like he's really the last holdout at this point, right?
He seems to be, well, I think a lot of people were satiated by the Marvel Select there for a little while back in the day, but that's been that's a long time ago. And I don't think I even got that, even with did they have a cool throne and everything?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's great still. It's still on the shelf. It's great. But I don't know. It's almost like all the figures from that time, from like the Toy Biz era and whatnot. It doesn't fit perfectly with the like modern Marvel Legends. I don't know. And it's one of those two. It could be the greatest figure in the world, but at this point, there are so many people who never got a crack at it that we need a new one.
Well, I actually set this up, and I don't remember who I picked for round 2. So when I flip to this picture, it's going to be an amazing reveal, even to me. So I picked, Avalanche.
And that
which is not really, when it comes to power sets and, you know, going face to face, you wouldn't put Mephisto against Avalanche. But, and I know, I can already hear it, that this will probably fit into an X-Men wave. Way better, but Avalanche seems to be that guy that's always left behind when it comes to the Brotherhood or what the hell's Freedom Force or whatever they were called when they worked for the government.
Mm-hmm. I you know, this is one that I'm willing to be like, yeah, we need an Avalanche, except for the whole X-Men piece that you mentioned. Mm-hmm. There is that it's like he and Toad are becoming so painfully obvious as needing to be in an X-Men wave that it's just kind of like,
He's made the Fwoosh top 10 every year, I think, and that one that Toy Biz did make, that doesn't count. That's it's okay with his scrubbing rubbles, or brushes or bristles or whatever, but I don't know. Avalanche has, and I don't even.
That figure hasn't aged well either, because like all the joint plastic is like horrible.
Yeah, and it was that lanky articulation style for but man, Mephisto looks. Whenever I was looking for pictures after we got our list together, I was looking through Mephisto pictures, and he looks way cooler than I remember him ever being.
Yeah. It's just like I said, his importance to the overall, Marvel universe at this point. It's like he's way up there because I mean Mephisto. You know me. When I pick normal choices like this, I'm more want to go in the direction of Dr. Bong than Mephisto. But
yeah,
he's seriously needed at this point.
and when we sent our lists, we even had which rounds we were picking, and I didn't change a thing. And judging by the chat, my worst fears are realized, because I even thought whenever I was like, oh, Mephisto against Avalanche? That's kind of, hey, I'm going to shake the ground. Well, I'm going to send you to hell. Okay. I guess Mephisto would win in this. Plus the whole X-Men thing. I can't help myself but stick X-Men into here.
Yeah.
And when it comes to size, I always think of Mephisto as bigger. So my first thought was, oh, big Build-A-Figure, but I mean, hell, I don't remember Thanos being shorter than Adam Warlock, but then I remember over the past 30 years, if you're a bulky top character, they're going to keep making you bigger.
Yeah,
make you more intimidating.
Yeah, because I mean, I don't think he needs to be any taller than somebody like Colossus or Warpath, right?
Oh, Mephisto Target exclusive. He's red.
And that would be our hell.
It's like, we voted for him, but now we can't find him. But I bet Avalanche gets made first. Yeah.
I could see that. I don't disagree with that at all.
And there's several different versions that I found of Avalanche that I'm not as familiar with. I'm not super keen on getting the big A on his chest, because even though that's classic as hell, and I don't mind it, I don't know. I kind of like the look of.
I was going to say, I'm cool with that classic costume minus the A if they decided to do that.
Yeah. But even then, this more modern look where it looks more like a helmet, it has an A kind of etched in, kind of hidden. So
yeah.
I'd be okay with that too.
Here's my thing. If he fits in with Pyro and Mystique, then I'm good.
Perfect marketing, though. It'd be hell to find them. Yeah, Pyro needs his buddy. I forgot about Pyro releasing.
Yeah, that's the thing. If Hasbro Marvel Legends Avalanche fits in with Hasbro Pyro and Mystique, and they work together well, I'm not really like gonna die on a hill for the costume choice, right?
Yeah, but how does he keep from confusing himself with Apocalypse?
They're the true A team.
I'll admit, for that true classic look, he has the A, but it's not a deal breaker for me.
Yeah.
Oh, Destiny too. You ever thought about Rogue being Destiny's child? Anyway, going over to the winner's circle here, we're going with Mephisto, right? I mean, the chat seems to agree.
It seems like this one is a little closer than the first one, but I think Mephisto, and like I said, this was almost my cheater choice, because the rest of my picks are not like this at all.
Yeah, and I see it. Oh wait, you booing my joke, or you booing me buckling again?
Why not both?
I saw a comment a minute ago of, you need to stand your ground
and make it shake.
That's again, when I saw this round, I was like, oh man, I kind of want Mephisto too. What's going on? So Mephisto, this is, oh well, my mouth really nearly went, man, some heavy hitters this wave so far, but
just you wait.
Dr. Bong won the first one. Okay, let's see. Let me set up for round 3.
All right.
Round 3, fight. I think I go first this time, huh?
Yes.
Which puts me at a disadvantage, because I've got to get this window open and come over here and do this.
And choosy.
Okay. This one fits a theme that they've kind of started, that they kind of throw in when it seems like they don't have anything else to throw in.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a, hey, let's do someone from this team just to get them out there, you know?
Yep.
And basically, you don't want none unless you've got buns, hon. And I'm going to go with Anaconda. I always have to find a way to work some Mix-a-Lot into a live stream.
I think I just lost.
That's right.
This is a good choice.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
I was like, damn.
Glacius, yeah, Serpent Society. It seems like, hey, we need one more character to fill this wave. Let's do Rock Python or whoever else they've.
If they've done Rock Python, Anaconda definitely needs to get done.
Yeah, and honestly, out of all the Serpent Society, I think Anaconda is the one I know the most. She seems to have appeared in a lot more places than a lot of those other guys, except for maybe Diamondback.
Yeah, and the costume is cool too. I will say that I seem to remember, and it's been a long time ago. I mean, they've shown in comics pretty regularly her without her like armor costume on, and like those drawings always disturbed me when she was like using her powers and shit, but her costume wasn't on. It's like, no.
Well, she also had the skin thing where it's kind of scales.
Yeah.
But and again, I forgot who you picked here, so I can look in case you need to.
It's weird, and maybe I did it subconsciously in the pick here because it's kind of keeping the color theme the same, but a very different.
Uh-oh. In the intro. Oh, there you go. All right. Oh, there you are.
Oh, okay.
Yes. No, yeah, okay.
Did I say it?
No. You got nearly there, and then it went zick.
All right. So my choice for this one is Vertigo.
Which is which we were just talking about Avalanche being an X-Men villain, and here we go. You picked one too.
Yeah, I was okay with this one simply because I think she's kind of down in terms of like the level as far as popularity goes and whatnot. But like Vector, you could take a blank body and then blow the budget on the paint deco, but the classic and modern takes on her costume are just, I think they're awesome.
But like Vector, it seems like you put her into poses and it's going to break all those swirlies up, easily.
Yep. But
again, and I'd forgotten all about this, her not actually being a mutant. She's a mutate, but
yeah.
This has always been high on my list. But Anaconda, she was in Deadpool. And very toyetic. If it was like true. Swappable kind of bendy arms.
That's true.
That'd be great. She'd be on a bigger body that could maybe work for, well, I don't know. It is kind of a, yeah, she's way taller than.
She would need to be on a big body. Yeah.
Yeah. Which we have a bigger, well, Angela's too thin.
Yeah. Maybe like what
Thunder or there's the new She-Hulk body, but it's kind of thin too for this. I don't know. This just seems a body all to itself, which is not a bad thing. New sculpt. Wait a second. Hit the like button. Snakes. Robo wins. Give me a bulky lady body. Yeah. Now, Marauders is high on my list, but yeah, Serpent Society has already started a bit, huh?
Yeah.
We decided while you were gone. No, I'm kidding.
Well, I'm okay with you know, because this is one. There are a couple of them on here, and I think it's in the next one that I was. Yeah, I mean, it's just a cool looking figure. I'm always impressed when you can have a costume or a character who is mostly monochromatic, but still their costume is like so interesting and cool looking. So you know, that's part of the reason for my pick here. But you know, adding to a team is always a good thing as well. So,
well, when it comes down to it, Vertigo could be the start of Marauders, but or well, I guess Sabretooth would technically be that, but we haven't gotten that look.
Yeah.
Oh, or did we? I don't know. Sabretooth, so many figures. But I don't know. Anaconda just has some toy appeal.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. And it's she's almost got a fourth world feel to her with the armor and stuff, which makes me always like.
Somebody just mentioned about, you know, looks like Granny Goodness.
Yeah. Yeah. So, you know, if Anaconda is the winner here, I'm perfectly good with that one. So
yeah, because I don't know. I just felt like again, I'd take both.
Yeah.
If the chat had said Vertigo, I'd be totally down with that again. But
this one was a little close, but you know, I would say that it's going towards Anaconda, so that's good.
it's got some Barda vibes too.
Yeah.
Oh, we do need a first appearance Sabretooth. Oh, I don't know about Sasquatch size, but that's kind of animated style, huh? That goes Jim Lee era.
Probably.
I'm not saying it's impossible. You know what I mean? I'm just saying you can't just keep saying Vertigo over and over and expect me to go, oh, well, a lot of people are saying Vertigo.
Like the by minute, it's by Vertigo. Just keep saying it.
Anaconda.
All right, we'll take it.
Yeah. I mean, put a motor in the back of that Honda.
Yes.
Okay, now where are we at now? Round 3. We need to go to round 4. This is another regular wave. You start this one off, but give me 1 second.
And this is the one where I think I went really off the rails because this probably should have been a Z-list pick, but I don't know why I chose this one.
That's what I kind of thought whenever I saw it.
Yeah. So, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm picking Nightshade.
Why did I go to that one? There we go.
Which, you know, I'm good with either the classic, which would probably be a tough one to sell, or the modern costume.
Okay, I've got those queued up after my pick.
Yeah. For this, it's like I was thinking about like Black Panther villains and whatnot, and I was like, we're really hurting for that right now. And one that and I was like, who's somebody that's probably not even touched on lists yet? And I don't know. I just decided to go with this one.
She appeared in Luke Cage, didn't she? In the Netflix series? Yeah. Maybe. I think. But for my pick, again, I have no preparation here. I didn't even look, and I just looked in the folder. But my pick for round 4 is Swarm.
So I'm going to say it right now is that this was the one that was on my list until I saw your list.
Yeah? Oh, yeah. So me picking it bumped your pick off.
It made me go in a completely different direction. Yeah.
Yeah, Swarm has always been one of those characters that I thought they're never going to make an action figure. There's so much weird wackiness that can't be reused with this body.
Mm-hmm.
But I saw this. Well, okay, before we get to that, she has some more modern costumes, and I think somebody said something about a black cat costume, because this looks just like reuse of one of those black cat figures.
So it'd be an easy figure to do, as opposed to Swarm.
That's true, but I gotta up my sleeve. She also had this, I think, in the 90s.
Okay, that one's not bad.
That's kind of spiky, like almost barbed wire.
Yeah.
But I think her most modern, one of the more modern costumes is this, where she crossed over to DC and joined the Court of owls.
That's a cool costume, but that's not what I would probably pick for.
You'd probably go here, huh?
Yeah, because I don't think her classic costume would be getting done.
Right. So, but when it comes to Swarm, I saw this picture, and I've probably seen this picture a million times, eating breakfast as a kid, flipping through the handbooks, cereal, everything else. And I started looking at this, and really what you could do is a translucent body, honey colored, and then just have like things embedded inside of it, have the outside smooth. So it could be a mold that they use all the time. As long as they don't go with the hood and cape like the Hood in the first wave, then I'd be okay with this.
It needs to be like Doctor Doom, where it's part of the head. I don't know why they got away from that.
Yeah, exactly. Because was Moon not like that too?
Yeah.
Yeah, the hood should always be separate, and the cape shouldn't be longer than or taller than the body.
No, hood should always be the head.
That, or separate on the head itself.
Yeah, separate from the cape. Yes.
Yeah. That's what I meant. But if they went this direction, and don't look, I'm going to skip a picture real quick. If they went this direction with just a flat body with inside bees, I'd want some kind of attachment that had bee power coming out. Bees. But perfect world, we'd get this.
Yeah.
Where it's just a bunch of bees in human shape. I don't know how articulation would work here.
Yeah.
In fact, the Doom, the white God Doom from Wave 1 has these gloves.
Yeah.
So it'd be cool either way.
Yeah, I went with this because, like I said, Swarm was on my list anyway, so I wanted to kind of go in an opposite direction. Really, just I think to talk about a character maybe that has never been talked about, with the full expectation that Swarm is the pick here.
Right. How did they handle it with Cloak again? He's got a full-on big plastic cloak, doesn't he?
Yeah. And the head's a part of the cloak, isn't it?
I'm not sure. It's been a while. I've always planned to get a third-party cloak for that figure, and I haven't done it yet.
Yeah, I display mine without the body and just the head in the cloak.
Oh, but the head is attached inside the cloak, right?
I think I'd have to go pull it off the shelf right now because I don't remember. Oh, you can take it out. Okay.
Yeah, it's been a while since I messed with it because I think I remember seeing that at Toy Fair and something, and it's just a blank body underneath that made me think Doorman.
Yeah.
And for round 5, it's Doorman. No, I'm kidding. I haven't done any, although I would take all of the GLA.
Yeah.
Or whatever they call themselves. GLX. I don't know. There've been several team names.
Yeah. But
I think Storm's taking this one, right?
Yeah. And like I said, and rightfully so. But, Nightshade would be a cool looking figure, though.
Yeah. It's been a while. And when I saw that on your list, I was like, wait, it's been a while since I've seen her in anything.
Yeah.
Swarm, though. And again, could be a Spider-Man wave, but it seems like one of those characters that...
See, that's the thing. I almost picked Manwolf to go up against Swarm here, which probably would have been a better fight, but I wanted to stay more in my... what I consider an obvious choice for a Spider-Man wave out of here.
But when it comes down to it, too, Swarm doesn't seem like one of the big... Wave 1 makes me feel like bosses, leader, super villains. Swarm always seemed like he'd come in and antagonize and then come back again later or something, which I guess is what supervillain means, but I don't know.
Yeah. So yeah, Swarm takes this.
Storm? Okay, that leaves I proud the hood off the Doctor Doom Iron Man and actually plugged into the head. Really? Super. Okay, that leaves us round 5. This is the Z list.
Yes.
Like we haven't picked any Z list.
I was like, I got mine confused.
up until this point. And again, that's what me forgetting what I picked is actually kind of fun because I don't. It's almost a surprise to me. Oh, I did pick that, or why did I pick that at 2:30 in the morning last night? Round 5, fight. Oh, and I think I saw somebody mention this earlier in the stream. Well, before we even started. And it's not really Z-list, but it's one of those characters that I figure is never going to be seen in action figure form unless she shows up in one of the new movies.
Okay.
So I'm going to go with Kalisto. And I don't know if you can consider her super villainy. I mean,
or Z-list, man. I don't know. I don't think of her as being Z-list.
I know. But as far as action figures go, she has less of a chance, I think, than a lot of other characters in the X-Men universe.
Yeah. It's funny to be having this conversation in this light because I always just assumed that, when you put it in those terms, yeah, I can see that, but I kind of always just assumed that we would eventually get to her.
You think? I mean, it's not like we're going to get a Morlocks box set or anything like that. It's just, well, I guess we did get it, but Caliban, I guess he branched out a lot more than a lot of the other Morlocks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I can't remember what his pick was.
Okay,
I thought. Okay, yeah, this may be a swing in your direction.
I went with definite Z-list here because I went with the controller.
That was complete accident that flipped whenever you said it because I moved my mouse over. I was like, I'm behind. He's going to say it before.
No, well, he may push the bounds of a single carded figure a little bit, just depending. But I don't know. I love the colors on this one and the face, and I guess he's probably classically considered to be an Iron Man villain, but I mean, he's taken on the whole Avengers team before, so
And he's got his controller discs. I forgot about those until I started looking at more pictures of him. I can't tell you if I've actually read a story with him in it.
I know that I've at least had one that sticks out in my head is when I swear he fought all of the Avengers, and it was a really, really cool fight.
Yeah. Because he sticks the discs on is it the back of their head or somewhere? Yeah, and can control them.
Oh, yeah, and he's Fwoosh blue, too.
Damn it. Why? Who brought that up? No, cheater. But there's also different versions of Kalisto. The handbook look is the one I remember. Her fight with Storm. But apparently there's been some different... And another thing here is... Well, okay. My first thought was, this could reuse most of the Punk Storm body. With a new head, some knives. Yeah. But then this seems like it could use a Thanos body and repaint a new head.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it doesn't really win out there. And I'm not familiar with this look, but if you wanted to get more toyetic, you could always go with the tentacles look.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Or swap that out, yeah.
Yeah. And I saw several people mention Squid Arm Kalisto.
Squid arms, yeah. I don't know. It's I dug in for control, because I mean that's just a cool looking like villain to me. I mean that's one that you kind of set up in like a picture in the middle, and like everybody's like trying to jump on him and get him or something. I don't know. He's just not one that I've ever had on my top 10 list or anything like that. When I was trying to deep dive for a Z-list character, I was like, this is a really good design, and he's a cool character that doesn't get a whole lot of love.
He doesn't get a whole lot of love.
Yeah.
Even though he seems like, well, I don't know. It being a controller type situation, it doesn't feel like he should be a muscle guy, Because he can go hand to hand, but his whole gimmick is to actually control them, so he wouldn't have to go hand to hand.
And Thanos cosplaying as the Blue Beetle is why he wins. That is a good comment.
Damn it. And somebody also said he's a cheaper version of Psycho Man.
Psycho Man is way up there on my list too. So.
Yeah.
I've obviously got a Blue Beetle Psycho Man thing going here.
You've got a thing with mind control. I think Prod said something about a Mutant Massacre box set would give us Vertigo and Kalisto.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Yeah.
See, there's a more modern costume too that kind of skews away from the Thanos look.
Yeah, that's true. The I don't know how they'd pull off that kind of down. I mean, I guess it could hinge. They've done characters like that where it would hinge over the shoulders.
Right.
But
I don't know.
That to me is just cool.
He I guess my mental image comes from Puppet Master, you know. Is it Puppet Master? Is he the Fantastic Four villain that controls people, but he's like small and skinny? But that's how I get a mental image of controlling type people. I most associate him with Iron Man, and he was in Acts of Vengeance in Cap. I go with Kalisto, if nothing else, than to add to my X-Men shelf. Wait, he's not up for debate. Although Controller kind of has that look. Yeah, that's kind of my thought too. Reuse of Deluxe Thanos for the Controller. Forgot about Marrow. I don't know if I read a lot with Marrow. That was kind of in between comic books for me.
I can't control the internet.
Yeah. Controller. Puppet Master kind of looks like a scrawny little... Yeah.
Puppet Master would be awesome.
Kalisto, Tentacle Lady, please.
Well, if you're going to ask nicely.
See, that's kind of my point. Seems like a bit overkill to have a super jacked mind control character. But again, I don't know. This is kind of seems split down the middle.
Well, you know, the whole thing is that I made the calculated thing about going a little like non-A-list with most of my picks for this one, and I understand the argument that to me Kalisto brings in would be a bigger seller just because of the X-Men affiliation.
But what cheated against Veeb's honest controller pick? My Kalisto pick is an honest. Well, when it comes down to it, I sent you my list first, right?
I think so.
And I didn't change a thing.
Yeah.
Punk Storm fits right in with Kalisto. Hell, that could have been a 2-pack.
Mm-hmm.
But if it was a Kalisto, I'd probably go with the swappable arms. That way you have just plain arms or you have the tentacle situation going on, even though I doubt it would be very articulated or mobile.
Oh, man, that reminds me how badly we need a Colleen Wing. I can't believe we haven't gotten her yet.
Right. And a Misty Knot with eyes that look forward.
That's true.
Your vote doesn't count.
But yeah, I don't know. I think if nothing else, the logic of what you got to sell a wave with, and probably mostly with the room is saying that Kalisto is the winner here.
Yeah. And hey, it's not like, I win because we have one more. We could tie this whole thing up, you know? Yeah. And it's not me. It's just trying to get cool characters in cool toy form.
Well, that's the thing. When I was looking at this list, I mean, much like the last time we did it, I'm too easy to please because it's like win or lose. Yes, I'll take all of them. Thank you.
Right. Because when you sent your list back, I was kind of like, oh, well, damn.
You couldn't. We've already got him on the shelf, and you couldn't sneak him into a list like this. So Strong Guy's not being on here anyway. So it's no one that I would argue.
Yeah, yep, I said that. Used for Kalisto as well. The body's all there. Maybe change the shirt underneath, or even change yeah. Well, I guess you wouldn't have to change much, huh?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Wait, 2022 is the 30th anniversary of Infinity War. I'm picturing a Warlock and Magus 2-pack next year. Ooh, 3-pack with Goddess. Okay.
That'd be cool.
That needs to shut off there. We're going to the Build-A-Figure wave, right?
Build-A-Figure, yeah.
And that means
Does it
you
mean
start, but yeah, cue it up. I got a second.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
I think usually my Build-A-Figure picks skew towards heroic characters, and last time I picked Dragon Man, but I took him out of this on purpose because I want a character that is really awesome looking and that I need to actually throw more support around. So I am choosing for the Build-A-Figure slot Armadillo.
Armadillo.
Hell yeah, Armadillo is awesome, and he would make a perfect Build-A-Figure. And yes, he's cool.
And it's one of those characters. I don't have a lot of exposure to Armadillo. I know who he is. I've seen lots and lots and lots of pictures. I just don't remember reading anything with him in it, you know, or he's always been in the background.
Yeah, and Zenmu is the Build-A-Figure of this current villains wave, so he seems like a good fit for a subsequent villains wave because it's not somebody real obvious, but it makes for a cool figure. Hell yeah!
Not a villain though.
Razorback was on. Yeah, I want a Razorback badly.
I need an Arkansas hero.
Yeah.
Whenever I got Zenmu together, I felt like it opened up a whole new kind of they can go anywhere with this because they went with Zenmu for a Build-A-Figure, which is easy reuse. But once I got them together, it's a kick-ass looking action figure.
Well, and plus he's got the MODOK show behind him now, right?
Zenmu?
No, Armadillo.
Oh, well, yeah, I guess so. I didn't know that. I will find out though. But I went with I kind of doubled down on my my want for more Hulk villains, and I chose Ironclad. And it's cool. It's kind of the same situation where they could use a Hulk body or something because Ironclad, so many different sizes throughout the years. But after which I should have known from last time, our discussion about Vector, it's like he would fit into a box set better, wouldn't he? Damn it. So I'm not.
He's a middle guy in a towel.
Yeah, I mean, all it is a Hulk. Well, I guess he only has 2 toes.
Yeah, but
it's a Hulk in a bath towel and a square head.
Yeah,
in silver, or in swirly twirly silver plastic.
Yeah, because that's the way that they would probably go with. I think at this point they're doing just about everybody that way now, right?
But Armadillo,
yeah,
that would be a whole new sculpt, and it'd be interesting as hell.
And mention Zenmu, but also Ursa Major, and it's just like getting these kind of weird, oddball, big villain types as Build-A-Figures. I mean, that's where I've wanted this line to go forever.
Right. And this is going to be a one-off thing. And again, I don't know if I need to watch the series now, see how they presented Armadillo. Well, it's the MODOK series, so I don't know how.
It's going to be a certain kind of way, I'm sure, which isn't inappropriate. I mean, it's a ridiculous concept, but I don't know. I've always loved the look of Armadillo.
Right. And sometimes he skews further Armadillo too.
Yeah.
And again, it's another character that could be any size. So whatever they decide to do,
yeah,
it's going to work.
Yeah.
And there's even the more monstrous, tough looking one. But I kind of like the roundness, where it looks like an armadillo about to kick your ass.
Yeah. Yeah, the picture up here right now is pretty close to what I would probably expect to see. Maybe a little bit more texturing on the arms and stuff like that. But yeah, he's one of those guys that it's like we're so deep into Legends at this point, but nothing else he'd look like nothing else on the shelf.
Right. Oh, Stegron's one of those other Build-A-Figures that I usually
That's
kind
a
of
good
keep
one.
over in the Armadillo bucket.
Yeah, that's a good one too. Yeah, I like that one.
He can in the comics. I think I saw a couple of pictures of that too, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But which direction am I going?
He can
I'm
kick
going
ass.
this way. See, Ironclad could be any size.
That's a cool look too. I do like I do want to fall back and somebody mentioned it, is that, man, putting him in the middle of a package in a box set.
Or on one end where they give us another Hulk or something. But that would, two figures that big in the same set would push the price
that'd be crazy.
way up there. Yeah.
I don't know. To me, like you said, a box Ironclad kind of presents himself as a possibility in a couple of different ways of release. I don't think we're getting Armadillo unless he's a Build-A-Figure.
And Armadillo fits this theme better as just random supervillains thrown into a set.
Yeah.
Well, I say random. Again, there's some heavy hitters in that first wave.
Yeah.
I mean, there's heavy hitters in this wave too. Dr. Bong, shit.
We brought Mephisto over.
We did bring Mephisto and Wizard.
Yeah.
And there's some strong.
And I think Swarm would be a big seller too. So yeah, it
that's his biggest weakness. He can't. Yep, that's his weakness.
Yeah, keep him away from the car. But yeah, I don't know. This choice put it into perspective for me, is that my Build-A-Figure choices still run Lockjaw, Dragon Man, and now I think Armadillo is my most wanted for a Build-A-Figure slot out of everybody else. So he's
and it seems like we're not running out of big characters to slot into the Build-A-Figure place, but because I would have never picked Ximnu. Ximnu's out of the blue. Every time I say Ximnu, I feel like I'm joining Scientology or something. But it's a cool looking action figure. And really what it breaks down to, and everybody knows this, that if you give me a cool looking action figure, I'm probably going to like it. One that feels nice, moves nice, stands nice, poses, I'll be down. And really, when it comes down to it, Armadillo is just a more visually interesting sculpt for an action figure. Just overall presence.
Yeah, I keep feeling that UFOs just seems like a good Amazon set.
Yeah. And again, if Hulk has media coming that, that it can be focused on that, then UFO seems like a sure fit for that.
Yeah. This is, aside from Dr. Bong, this is probably my favorite one. It's probably my favorite pick that I brought this time. So yeah.
Well, between chat, you and myself, I think I talked myself into Armadillo.
Like I said, I want the UFOs, so it's one of those that I don't feel like I would lose either way, right?
And UFOs, given what I've read most of my life, comic book wise, mostly X-Men, it's odd. I don't know why I'm so attached to the UFOs. Maybe it's the visuals. It's kind of that team of different powers.
That does kind of fall out of your normal there. Yeah, I'm with you. But that's
I think I think I look at them as, well, they're basic bodies, but the paint jobs that would be on top of them would be fantastic. They just pop on a display.
Yeah.
Ooh, Mephisto Blackheart 2-pack?
That might be too much evil for you to be able to handle in one go.
And then Stegron, woo! Yeah, that'd be a cool figure.
Yeah. And I'm trying to think. I don't know if you'd be able to. I don't know if you'd be able to cross-pollinate between those two.
Stegron and Armadillo?
Yeah.
Depending on if they went with what I have up,
Yeah,
then
well,
maybe.
that's true.
But if they go here, I don't see a lot of reuse for that anywhere else.
Yeah.
UFOs remind me of the Metal Men. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
kind of all the
I love
colors or
them.
different colors for each character, but there's kind of a theme.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Oh, Mojo Spiral is still on my list too. But again,
Absolutely.
last time Veebs talked me into that's probably going to be an X-Men wave.
Because Spiral, that's funny. Again, I had to adhere to my own rule there because Spiral was almost my Nightshade slot choice as well.
Oh wow, yeah, Spiral and that old figure was good at the time. Was okay at the time.
It was okay.
It was passable at the time.
It was okay-ish at the time.
I actually haven't held it in however many years, so I don't know.
Yeah, I had the helmet missing from mine for a long time, but I recently found it.
Spiral versus Nightcrawler. Why wouldn't you do a Spiral versus Longshot pack?
Long shot, yeah.
Yeah, we need a Longshot. No. We tied. We tied 3-3. Which is crazy, but Shiar, or how do you say that? Shiar.
I say Shiar, but that's me.
The apostrophe throws me. It's like Shiar.
Shiar?
Mm-hmm.
Shiar.
They do that a lot too. Was it during Inferno? Sim was the bad guy or something. Say M.
Mm-hmm.
And Aster. It's a tie with an asterisk. There's no asterisk. It's a tie, right? I don't know why these people think I cheat or one of us cheat or something. Aren't we all winners here?
Yes, because no matter what, they would all make rad figures.
Because as of right now, unless something happens in the next 10 minutes, our wave is Atuma, which is okay, whatever. Wizard, Dr. Bong, Mephisto, Anaconda, Swarm, Kalisto, and then for the Build-A-Figure, I wrote Mephisto. I don't know. Armadillo. With a Build-A-Figure. And now that I look at that, that is a good-looking wave. There's a lot of different colors involved. Yeah. I wish I had a picture with all of them together. Maybe I'll do that later and post it on socials or something.
Yeah.
But
it was fun. It was fun going through with some choices on here because I left out some like the owl because I was like, man, I need more Daredevil guys. I just kind of went in a weird direction when you kind of limit yourself and not do your defaults like X-Men, Spider-Man, and Fantastic Four.
Because the BAF gets you a bonus point. No,
I agree with that logic.
But really, check it out. Okay, totally unintentional because everybody kind of voted. We threw our choices out there. I had 2 X-Men characters. You had an X-Men. But the list comes at the final winners is a Submariner villain, a Fantastic Four villain, Dr. Bong, Howard the Duck villain, I guess general villain.
Awesome.
Mephisto is a general villain.
Mm-hmm.
Anaconda is a team that she's shown up in lots of places, but then you have a Spider-Man, an X-Men, and then Armadillo. So, yeah. I mean, unintentionally, we spread a wide net over the Marvel universe when it comes to villains.
Yeah. And that's cool because, like I said, I don't know what made me like want to go in the weird direction of like putting limits on myself with most of my picks, but it still worked out to be, as you said, a good scatter that I can see the argument that maybe it's still lacking one more like instantly recognizable character, but I mean, I still think it would be all right.
Yeah. You don't want to see us discuss Power Rangers.
Yeah.
you really don't.
Yeah, I would show my weakness there with lack of knowledge.
Gladiator came across my list too, and it's just an interesting design.
Yeah.
And that would cover a Daredevil villain.
Yep.
What did I see? Somebody had a list. I like other people's lists. Okay, how about this? Atuma, Orca, Kalisto, Dreadnought, Manape, Mephisto, Viper, Ymir, Brood, Baron Blood.
I had Count Nefaria almost made this for me because I think that's another one.
Graviton. Oh, I thought you were just thinking really hard. I blew your mind, didn't I, with Graviton? You were like, yes, okay, that beats all my picks. That's what you're doing right now. You're thinking really hard. An entire fan choice wave would be cool.
I almost had Comic Flag Smasher on this list too, just because of recent media and stuff like that, and the fact that it would be a pretty easy figure to do.
Plus, the white and the black and the red would be a cool looking visual.
Yep. I almost had. I was kicking around Mastermind a little bit on there, and Comic Nebula is one too that there's never been a whiff of that ever. That would be kind of a neat figure to get.
I think the next one we need to do has some heroes.
Yeah, we tend to skew evil, which I guess is nature.
But I think I mentioned this during the review. I don't know. That was 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. But it's cool to get a wave of supervillains because most waves are a bunch of heroes with a villain or two. It's not like we don't have villains, but they always seem to be outnumbered, or they're outnumbered at this point.
Yeah. And I would have to, I don't know, choosing the villains is almost a fun exercise where the heroes for me would be, I don't know, stressful is not the right word, but it's just because, some of my favorite teams are like really underrepresented. And so it's like, I feel like I have to default in some directions right now when it comes to heroes.
I don't think of the High Evolutionary as a Build-A-Figure. I mean, I don't really have a big problem with them making normal-sized characters as Build-A-Figures. I prefer big ones, but plus there's kind of a rumor of High Evolutionary being in the future. So
dun dun
dun dun dun. I'd hate to.
Well, and that's why again. I didn't go with any Fantastic Four because, that Johnny Storm that they showed off, that to me feels like we're going to get another Fantastic Four wave sooner than later, and hopefully we'll at least get one villain in there, right?
Right. At least.
Yeah.
Starjammers would be awesome. Have a Build-A-Figure Chod. And, oh, yeah, you need a countdown, or you need a clock in the background with seconds on it or something. Because a minute ago when you froze, you did this, and I thought you were just thinking really hard.
Maybe I was. That's what broke the internet connection.
That's right. I got it stuck.
Oh,
love this duo. Also love Marvel Legends. Thank you, and that's what it's all about, right? Buying toys, having fun with them, having fun discussing them.
Well, and we want to do these types of things semi-regularly. Like, it's probably not appropriate to do it every time, but I want to branch out, past Marvel stuff.
Yeah, because I think a minute ago somebody suggested Disney for the Super 7 Ultimate stuff or something else. We can face off anything.
A Turtle wave or a Thundercats wave would be fun to go through, and we could probably do a couple of those since those are limited to 4.
Yeah. That or our most wanted properties, because I'd take a or your Hanna-Barbera stuff, or
Hanna-Barbera. Oh man, Hanna-Barbera Ultimates would be so cool. I want a Grape Ape.
And I'd go get some Wacky Racers and
hell yeah.
We got
dastardly. I don't know. A second with these being brand new in hand, this first villains wave, it was like, this is the perfect time to kind of come back to this, because even though we didn't pick a lot of the characters for this wave, it's like I think we had a pretty good showing of characters overall that got made from the last one. I don't know if this one's gonna
With who they gave us in that wave, it's getting harder to pick. And who's to say that if they're ever going to do another supervillains wave? This is all in fun,
Yeah.
you know. But I don't know. With that wave, and this being perfect timing, because when we announced this last week, it was kind of like, oh, here that wave's hitting. Hopefully, I have it by then. But and then it shows up.
That came through for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Dorkside Toys. I got a box of that and the Disney Plus wave. So I don't know. I think during the weekly, I said I was going to review both Marvel Legends wave. That may be too much for the for 1 week. So I may have to do something else for Wednesday.
Right as it stands right now, Loki's the only one I got from the Disney Plus wave.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I got that from Dorkside, and I got the wave showed up at my Walmart.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of weird to see, but.
Well, I got lucky this week too, and it was Dorkside again because I'm not living vicariously anymore. I've got Flint and Lady J on the shelf now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Lady J is an awesome figure. I mean, I thought she looked cool, but man, she turned out nice. she to me is the perfect example of what the line should be in terms of its updating. I think they handled her perfectly.
I need to get a G.I. Joe shelf because it's getting to that point. Well, I know G.I. Joe is a sensitive subject at the moment, but they're gotten to the point where there's enough for a display. And I know you already have yours out.
Yeah.
I'm looking this up before actually answering it to see if I'm not familiar with Blood Axe. Would make a killer fig. Thanks for making Sunday suck less for the first time since I stopped having homework. Nice.
Awesome.
Now let's see. Blood Axe. Now I want to look them up.
Oh man, I haven't thought about Blood Axe for a long time. That'd be a cool figure.
Oh, wait. Blood Axe. I recognize the look. I don't think I've ever seen. Oh, did he fight Thor?
Mm.
He's got a big red skull and an axe.
and the name is not Red Skull Axe.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. A big leather guy. Oh, there's a custom.
Yeah, that's
I'd be down for that.
Yeah, classified series face off, man. That would be a fun one.
Oh man, yeah, classified series, huh? You can't pick Chuckles 5 times, huh?
That's wide open right now, you know.
Yeah, that's a whole new world.
Yeah,
shining, shimmering.
But you know, it was cool. I really liked getting this villains wave this week too because Legends reveals as of late have been great. They've just been in very heavy MCU, and I get it. But I was glad to get some comic figures like relevant and on the shelf and new. So that this felt like a good wave too for that.
Yeah. And I don't know the timing, and I get the MCU stuff hitting because last year they were kind of they didn't really want to put anything out.
Yeah.
Because nothing was coming out.
Yeah.
Custom looks, yeah, that's the old Sin City Marv, huh?
Yeah.
Was that a Toy Biz Comic Book Heroes?
Mm-hmm. It was. I still have that figure out. Oh, there we go. He's over on the bookshop.
I was digging through a tub the other day and I ran across some of those. I was like, damn, that's been a while.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. I collected that whole line and only knew about 3 or 4 of the characters really well.
But that was that time when, oh no, what's going to happen? I guess I'll buy these figures because the Judge Dredd stuff was cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Judge Dredd, the Savage Dragon. That was cool. Madman, of course.
Have you guys found? I found all but Hawk last night, and then I ordered Hawk off the site.
I found these two, or I was able to pick up these two.
Yeah, I saw that. Dan said, more to come. Always more to come.
Yeah. And yeah, actually that reminds me, I need to send, yeah, absolutely. I'm ready for some comic announcements.
Drop a bunch of secret pre-orders to overshadow your stream too. No, yeah, for a couple hours from now. Like, oh, somebody else is doing something. Nay. Yeah, what was the week before? Was it Power Rangers? Power Rangers? Nope. Marvel Legends. Yeah. Transformers? Nope. Marvel Legends. Yeah. Although Slug or Slag, yeah, there were some good Transformers reveals last week. My Mojo just arrived from Pulse. That reminds me, my Disney Store order finally shipped.
For Mojo?
Yeah, 2.5 weeks. They had something, spend $100, get $25 off, and they had the 50th anniversary Lucasfilm Luke in the black. So I got him and another Jackson and MODOK, and then they took 2 weeks to ship.
Dang. Because I got Jackson and the Imperial Guard guy, and
and they are amazing. All the Star Wars stuff is amazing. You're a genius, Robo, for liking the Star Wars stuff. Is there a reason for that? I can only guess that, yeah, a lot of last year was pushed. So now they're making up for it or catching up or something. Surtur does look amazing. I mean, yeah, you could fit it into a comic thing, but hell, I've got an MCU shelf. He'll tower over that. Yep.
There it is.
Yeah. Jackson and
Maul. Everybody but Luke finally arrived.
Yeah, for some reason Luke was behind and Disney Store was the first to get stock.
Huh.
So I figured I get a free one if I order from there. So
yeah, that's cool.
Boom. What did I just see? Oh, Swarm. How about also Iron Spider? I'd be down for that. Yeah. Shriek. I'm not as familiar with Shriek. Carrion would be cool. Cardiac. I keep seeing something about Cardiac is tied up in some kind of legal drama.
Yeah, Shriek's a symbiote, right?
No, Shriek's she's actually in the trailer for the new Venom movie.
Yeah. No, I'm okay.
She has sound powers.
Who we already got. Yeah. That's a cool wave. I would probably drop somebody for Razorback.
I guess that would be a Spider-Man kind of way. Cardiac would make a kick-ass looking action figure. Spot, I want so bad. It's so easy to get made, all I want limbs that pop off and then black discs with pegs on them that you can place all over the place and have his arm coming out, his leg, head.
Yeah.
It's always been one of those customs, but I've always thought, surely they're going to make Spot. It's a dude with polka dots.
Yeah. On a blank base. No problem.
Yeah. Hasbro, I got bullied by Robo. What? I do not. No.
You big bearded bully.
Make what I want. We also need more weapons for the clones in Black Series instead of the same 2 guns. Yeah, they need to make the rotary gun too and stuff. And
yeah, those clone weapons are kind of like the female hands of Marvel Legends. They just keep coming over and over and over.
Yeah. That was another thing about the Marvel Legends villains wave. Quite a few extra hands for each. And not all of them, but more hands in that wave than a few previous waves.
Yeah, like Dormammu came with like way more hands than I would probably ever think about or need.
Well, it looks like the thing about that is that, yeah, Red Skull came with all those hands. He can use all those hands.
Yeah.
They gave the same hands to Dormammu. So Dormammu has trigger finger hands.
Yeah.
For no reason.
Yeah.
And then fists and then his
But he's got the effects for the open hands. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I probably didn't use the effects right, but They're on there.
There is no wrong way.
We do need more ARC troopers.
Yeah. Yeah. The fact that it's been, really that old, the old, what was it, Entertainment Earth box set to really build that out.
Yeah.
That was it. Really.
Expressive Hands for Jedi. We kind of got one with Qui-Gon, didn't we?
Yeah.
He had a...
Mm-hmm. Like, Republic credits will be fine. No, they won't.
New background, is that just a different angle of the collection room?
No, the cartoon diorama was added directly behind me. That finally came.
No space for your head.
In the mail, but otherwise, no, it's that's the same. So the shelf's changed up a little bit. It's full. You can't see wall really anymore.
That is one of the... Well, you set that shelf to be sized for those sets, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So I ran into a little bit of a problem with the tower that came with the new one, because the antenna goes up a little high. So I had to put that kind of behind and then attach it so you can still see it, but it's not sitting on top.
Gotcha. Did you order a HasLab Sentinel?
Yo.
I got one. I don't have room for it. I have no idea where I'm going to put it.
I built the Marvel shelves around Galactus and their Sentinels that they already have out, which I guess are technically MCU. Oh, fancy house.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The new one's going to have to...
Oh, the sheer jealousy of my abode has frozen him. We talked for an hour and a half about bad guys. And really what it comes down to is we're all bad guys on the inside.
I can speak for myself and say that, yes, absolutely.
Yeah, my yard is sick. It's underwater right now. It needs to stop raining.
Yeah, it definitely needs to do that. Yeah, go play the ivories back there, huh?
No. That's where I put that. They want me to put the Sentinel back here, but that's where Unicron's going to eventually go.
Oh, right.
I'm going to drop it down and then tickle some ivory.
Stand on the mantle.
Oops. You mean this mantle over here? Over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which,
also, they have this space too.
Which, by the way, your spots, your pick for spots for Snake Mountain and Castle Grayskull upstairs, they have been filled now.
What?
Yeah, we got some art to hang. The dream is over.
You had some art to put there, but no, didn't want to go with that. Now, where are you going to put your second Snake Mountain and your second Grayskull? He doesn't have a second Snake Mountain.
You laugh though, because my kid asked me. She's like, "Can I have a Snake Mountain too?" It's like, no.
Snake Mountain for all three of you.
Uh-huh.
One for every room.
Oh,
that was pretty. We timed it about right.
Yeah.
It ended. Yeah,
that was a quick couple of hours to get through that list, but it was a good one.
Still not a bad list. Still not bad at all.
Yeah, it's very different from the last time, but I think that was kind of part of the intention, right?
Yeah. It was. I don't know. It's. Let's see. Wait. I'm trying to bring the list back up to look at it again, and making sure I didn't write anything. Well, no. Mephisto twice on there. He's the Build-A-Figure too. Like I said, he comes in different sizes. So you get regular Mephisto and you get giant size Mephisto. There you go.
By a long shot too. That's right.
Do what?
100% Earl is continuing to bring the truth.
Oh my God. I don't know why he's kissing your ass.
One by a long shot.
Got to buy the tiny gray skull. In fact, need to put together your mega blocks, huh?
Yeah, I haven't done that yet, but yes. But then I do have tiny gray skull and Snake Mountain that the little minis come in. Those are awesome. That was a great idea.
They haven't done a Snake Mountain, huh?
Yeah, they have.
Yeah, bottom line, we all agree we need a new long shot.
I agree, and in fact, that's kind of a head scratcher that we haven't gotten him yet. But
see, I did write the Fwoosh Castro Blaster. That's going to be, yeah, that's going to have to be used somewhere.
Yeah.
Save, but okay, yeah. Time to get out of here. Time to find some food. Time to work on the review. Oh, Cameron Hodge. That's heading toward X-Men territory again. We can't swerve out of X-Men territory.
Yeah, and I promise I won't put my for whatever we do Marvel related next time. I won't put the restrictions on it because it feels silly for an exercise like this. But I don't know. I just kind of wanted to force myself to go in a direction that I don't normally go in.
At this point, it's kind of hard to not think like a product manager or something that, or given how many Marvel Legends waves we get, to not consider that, or rumors or stuff like that.
Yeah.
Ooh, just an X-Men wave in general.
An X-Men villain wave in general?
No, just X-Men wave.
Yeah.
You're singing my song.
We'd have to follow that up with a Fantastic Four one
then. 7 versions of Maggot. You're finding that spot where I wasn't reading X-Men at that exact moment. Wasn't that during Joseph and well, that was Marrow too about that time, huh? Yeah, so many to pick from. Okay, let's do the X-Men right now. No, I'm kidding. Need preparation.
Yeah.
Yeah, Star Fox may be a bit problematic in this day and age. Between Toad, Avalanche, Destiny, Kalisto, Hodge, and Marauders or Nasty Boys. I always forget about the Nasty Boys. You can easily have several X-Men villain waves.
The Nasty Boys, they shove your head in their armpits. That's the WWF version, I guess.
I have not heard that. That's the first time I've heard that this weekend. The first time.
That goes all the way back to the first Ironmonger figure.
Nobody's tagged me on Instagram with the pictures. Nobody's messaged me. Bald bearded guys.
Yeah, but at least you get Jeff Bridges for that. I watched I watched the Monster Squad last night with my oldest. That was the first time she'd ever seen it, and she told me that one of the kids in that movie looks like me from when I was a kid, and I was like, you couldn't pick like somebody like people.
And then it freezes right there. That's so perfect. Now I'm going to have to ask who she thought he was. Surely it's not the Wolfman's Got Nards kid, because I haven't seen that movie in forever. Which kid was it?
It's not. It's not Sean, the main guy. It's his best friend with the hot sister.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh. Yep, Goji King was the first. Let everybody know. Oh, could be worse. I get Blob from Wolverine Origins.
Man. Hey, that's better than Deadpool from Wolverine Origins, right?
Oh, poor Deadpool from Wolverine Origins. You know what? You saying that, I need to watch Monster Squad again. It's been a long time.
It's great.
Yeah.
You know what? The monsters in that movie, actually, to me, they're my favorite interpretation of those classic monsters since the original classic monster movies. They're so well done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been a little bit. Frankenstein is always because I did watch the other classic modern monster movie, Van Helsing, the other night, and Frankenstein always seems to be the sympathetic character in all these movies. Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's that's the story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's just seems going to be a theme. What, you don't like Van Helsing? Maybe we need to debate a action figure line for Van Helsing.
I wouldn't even know where to start.
Van Helsing. That's where you start.
How about a Monster Squad line? So we have a Frankenstein that says bogus.
With Van Helsing, you'd have a Frankenstein that sings or yells kind of operatic.
Bogus.
It's not as bad as you think it is. Oh, but yeah, okay. You want to get out of here?
Yeah, we're like devolving.
Yeah, which is most live streams usually devolve into random nonsense. Putting on the Ritz. Now we're crossing all the Frankenstein movies, Frankenstein movies.
Frankenstein, yeah.
Frankenstein.
Super duper.
See, Van Helsing fits right into the Wolverine. In fact,
but Dracula versus Blade 2-pack, man, we need Hasbro versions of the Marvel monsters. God.
You know what? Did I ever have that Toy Biz monster pack? I don't remember if I did or not, but yeah, we need a modern, updated Werewolf by Night, Frankenstein, Dracula.
Yeah, all of them. That was such a great concept for set, which the figures were pretty good too, but I'm ready for new ones.
Pepperidge Farm remembers. I barely remember at this part. Although sometimes I do get out of the shower and do this. Well, you get out of the shower. I get out of the shower, and it's like, oh well, nope, that doesn't work anymore. Just nothing to flip around, trying to dry hair. Now it's just a shine it and get out.
There you go. It's Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, I mean, 7 years. Well, it's been 6 or 7 years since I started shaving my head, and it's just every now and then my brain goes back a little bit.
Yeah, I guess I do have Dracula and Van Helsing on the shelf already with Dooku and Tarkin.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I was going to make a Lord of the Rings joke, but I can't remember his name in Lord of the Rings.
Saruman.
The
White. Can't remember. You watch Van Helsing, you can't remember Lord of the Rings stuff.
I've watched Van Helsing more recently than Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings is not just a movie you plop down and watch from the middle, or
it takes a commitment.
Yeah. Do I have a free weekend? I'm going to watch Lord of the Rings. Let's go.
Release the Jackson cut. 12 hours, 16, 17 hours. I guess it is almost 12 hours. It's 12 hours on its own already. So yeah, it needs to be like 25 hours.
Yeah. And to me, I when I think of those movies, I always think back to the extended cut of The Two Towers when they're running and chasing. And I'm like, why are you still running? Why does nobody have a horse in this damn land? Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to really cut off the broadcast this time.
All right.
I'm going to say bye. We're going to, I appreciate everybody coming out, indulging us. And I know our picks are kind of, no matter what we do, it's going to be, a little personal preference thrown in there. But that's what wish lists are, right?
That's all it is, because it's not like we have any sway pull or anything like that.
So. Yeah. So, and if anything, and it's pure luck or us, like Mephisto, they're going to make a Mephisto at some point, right?
Yeah.
When he comes out as the real villain of WandaVision, 3 seasons in. I don't know. But anyway, I appreciate everybody coming out. It was fun. I hope you all had fun. And I next week,
Maybe it's holiday weekend. I got to check on that.
Okay. I may be playing golf next weekend if you're busy or something. Either way, we will, or I'll be back next week.
Right on.
But the Fwooshcast, woo,
Woohoo!
piling up. Later.
Bye.